Everyone says your wedding day is supposed to be the happiest day of your life. Mine never happened. 2 weeks before I was supposed to walk down the aisle, I discovered that the man I loved already had a wife. My name is Sarah, and for almost 3 years, I believed I was in the perfect relationship. David was everything I had prayed for. He was kind, respectful, financially stable, and deeply involved with my family. He never missed birthdays, attended church with me every Sunday, and even helped my younger brother pay his university fees. When he proposed, I didn't hesitate. Our families were overjoyed. Wedding preparations started immediately. We booked the venue, sent out invitations, bought my dream wedding dress, and even paid for our honeymoon. Everything felt like a fairy tale until one Tuesday evening. Hmm. I was at work when my phone buzzed. The message came from an unknown number. It simply read, "Please don't marry David. He is already married to me." I laughed. It had to be a jealous ex. Someone trying to ruin our happiness. I ignored it. A few minutes later, another message arrived. This time, it included a wedding photograph. David, standing beside another woman, both dressed in wedding attire. I stared at the picture for several seconds. It looked edited. It had to be. I immediately called David. He didn't answer. Then the woman texted again. "If you think I'm lying, let's meet tomorrow." I barely slept that night. The next afternoon, curiosity got the better of me. We agreed to meet at a quiet cafe. When I arrived, she was already there. She looked calm, too calm. She introduced herself as Grace. Without saying much, she opened the folder. Inside were documents, their marriage certificates, wedding photographs from different angles, joint bank accounts, pictures of them celebrating anniversaries, family Christmas photos, even hospital records. Listing David as her husband, my heart began to race. I couldn't breathe. A part of me hoped there was an explanation. Maybe they are divorced. Maybe the documents were old. Then she quietly said, "We are still legally married." We've been together for 7 years. Everything around me went silent. She told me David claimed he traveled often for work. That explained why he disappears for days. The same weekends he claimed to be attending business conferences, he was actually at home with her. The same phone calls he ended quickly. The same excuses, the same lies. We had both been living completely different versions of the same man's life. Wow. I left the cafe in tears. Instead of confronting him immediately, I decided to verify everything myself. The next morning, I visited the marriage registry. The records confirmed it. David's marriage was still active. No divorce, no separation, nothing. He was legally married and preparing to marry me. That evening, he finally returned my calls. He acted as though nothing had happened. When I asked him if there was something he wanted to tell me, he simply replied, "No, why?" I sent him a picture of the marriage certificate. There was silence. Then he whispered, "I can explain." Those 4 words made me angrier than anything else. Explain what? That he lied every single day? That he allowed two families to plan a wedding based on deception? that he intended to commit another marriage while still married. I ended the engagement immediately, but I wasn't done. Our families deserve the truth. 2 days later, both families gathered for what they believe was another wedding planning meeting. Instead, Grace walked into the room beside me. You could hear a pin drop. David's face turned pale. No one spoke. Grace calmly placed the marriage certificate on the table. Then she showed everyone the photographs. His parents looked shocked. My mother burst into tears. His father kept asking, "Is this true?" But David couldn't deny it anymore. He admitted everything. He confessed he had hoped to divorce Grace after marrying me. He believed no one would ever find out. The wedding was cancelled immediately. Many of our deposits were lost. Friends had already booked flights. Relatives had taken time off work. It was heartbreaking. But losing money was nothing compared to losing my future to a lie. Months later, I heard that Grace also filed for divorce. She thanked me for believing her instead of attacking her. Ironically, we became friends. We realized we had both been victims of the same deception. Looking back now, I don't see that anonymous message as bad news. I see it as the answer to a prayer I didn't know I needed. Sometimes the truth arrives disguised as pain, but that pain can save you from a lifetime of regrets. So if your instincts tell you something isn't right, don't ignore them. Ask questions, look for answers, and remember, it's better to cancel a wedding than spend years trapped in a marriage built on lies. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs the reminder that the truth, no matter how painful, is always worth knowing.